Hi, my name is Brooke and I'm about 25 years old. A lot of people have asked me how to do my makeup, but I'm not an expert. I'm not certified, I'm not a professional, and I basically know how to do pretty much one look. But a lot of people ask me how I do that one look, so I say that I do it pretty cheaply because I don't have a lot of money to spend on makeup. I know makeup is very expensive. And also, I'm not a camera person at all. I'm a very awkward, not look at the camera, look away, and still talk kind of person. Because I don't know, I'm not comfortable at all. But I'm doing this because I want to help, because I love God and I want to do it for Him, and I want to do my best for God. And if you don't know how to do your makeup, here's how I do my makeup. So my face is already clean, sort of. I use Kirkland's daily facial wipes. Pretty much all I use are wipes. I don't really have a skincare routine at all, because skincare products confuse me a lot. So I just clean it. I think that's pretty much it. What I use for keeping my lips moisturized is Carmex, the little yellow container. So I just usually apply that before my makeup. It moisturizes your lips before you get to your lips so they're not all dry and cracked and crusty. Alright, so how I do my makeup. My face, my skin in general, is very red. I mean, I can just touch it and it just breaks out. It's red, it's irritated, it's annoyed at me. So, but I don't use any color correcting because I don't have like any kind of permanent redness, if that makes sense. And color correcting is a little too complicated for this video anyway, so I'm not going to get into all of that. The look that I'm going to be doing is appropriate for work. If you work in an office setting, if you work in a court setting, if you work somewhere where it's formal. It can also be used for informal settings for work. It can be used for youths. It can be used for middle-aged women. It can be used for more mature women. This can be used for basically anybody. I am not a very good teacher at all. I was not gifted in teaching, but hopefully you can still follow along despite that. All right, so I'm gonna keep it as simple as I can because I'm in the experimenting stage now where I'm using a lot of stuff that you really don't need, primers and complicated beauty tools. They're not really complicated, but it's just extra money that you don't need to spend. But I like to experiment more into makeup than just slapping something on my face in the morning and going. There's nothing wrong with that. But I actually want to go a little further in makeup. So let's get started. All right, I start out with a clean face, then I use e.l.f.'s primer. It just comes in a little balmy kind of thing material. You don't have to use this, you don't have to start out with this, but I'm going to use it because I'm an oily person and I need something to help combat the oil throughout the day because I do walk from place to place and I'm out in the sun. So I put it on the places that I normally would get oily. I don't put it all over my face, and you don't have to do this part like I said. This is just helps combat the oil. If you don't know what kind of skin, I don't know what you call it, but if you don't know if your skin is oily or dry, it's kind of like, I know a lot of girls self-diagnose themselves, so you'll hear girls say that I have dry skin, I have oily skin, I have combination skin. I kind of figured it out for myself, just trial and error. I noticed that my skin gets shiny and oily throughout the day and my makeup kind of slips off, so I mean, I just kind of think that I'm an oily person. If your makeup cracks off and it just doesn't seem to absorb in your skin and it just seems flaky, you might have dry skin. If you're one of those people that have combination skin and not really any problem with makeup on your face, you might have combination skin. So a primer helps oily people, and I use affordable primer. The foundations that I use range from Hourglass, which is like 50 or 60 bucks or something a container. I can't afford that, but sometimes I'll save up and buy Hourglass. I use e.l.f. foundation. It's about $6. It's really good. I use Estee Lauder, which is what I'm going to use today. It's not affordable. It's like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. But I just invest in it and it lasts me a while, so I don't have to keep buying it. But if you're not looking for to spend that much money, you can use Maybelline Fit Me. It's a really good foundation. You can find these at Walmart or CVS or Walgreens or pretty much any drugstore where you live. You can use Maybelline Fit Me. You can use... I haven't really tried that many because their shade range isn't that good, which reminds me, if you don't know what color you are, and you don't really have anybody to help you, trial and error. That's how I learned. I learned by trial and error, because it also helps to know what undertone you are, which you might want to stop by a Sephora to figure that out, because like I said, I'm a pretty bad teacher at explaining things. But I know my undertone is warm. I'm light. I would be considered light, not fair or tan, like my sister's tan. Medium. I'm light. So I do about this many pumps of Estee Lauder. Then I use a sponge. This is like $4 or $6. It's not a beauty blender. A beauty blender is the pink one that's kind of shaped like this, and it's $20. I find off-brands, and off-brands work about the same, and I know I've got more. But I use the bigger flat part, and I tap it in basically everywhere, and I'm looking into a mirror. I'm not looking away. I used to do makeup without looking, my whole face usually without looking, or having a very poor mirror to see through. And I don't recommend that, because I would do that before work. I do my makeup without looking. And because I'm basic, I would always try to do like a smoky eye. And I don't recommend that either. Don't do a smoky eye without looking, because it'll turn out weird. Okay. I put this stuff basically everywhere, on my eyelids, over my eyebrows, and I'll explain why I do it over my eyebrows in a minute. Just kind of get everywhere. Don't get all up in your hairline, but especially if your foundation doesn't match your skin, you just want to get it blended everywhere. Down your neck. I got the hiccups. Down your neck. So everything blends in. No. You become a great singer doing this sometimes too. All right. It's really hot. It's just really hot right now. Foundations on. Espresso in. I'll do a concealer next. Concealer is I'm trying not to make this a long video because I got stuff to do. So do you. e.l.f. It's like $3. I use light sand. About that much. This stuff is very thick. Mature ladies, ma'ams, you don't want to use this kind of stuff because it is too thick for you. This is the kind of coverage that you need if you have dark circles, if you have dark circles. So if you want to use something with thinner coverage, or thinner application but still full coverage, I would go with Maybelline Fit Me concealer. That's really good, and it's not heavy, because this stuff is heavy and you don't want to feel it throughout the day, and I know you're gonna feel it. More middle-aged, you might, depends on your preference, but you might want to go with Maybelline Fit Me as well. I'm not a professional. I haven't tried everything, but I just try to tell you what I know. I use e.l.f. concealer. I don't need that much coverage, but I like that much coverage and I don't need that much heaviness, but I deal with it anyway. I put it underneath my eyes, a little bit on my forehead and on my chin because I want the center of my face to be brightened. That's what concealer does. It helps brighten the middle of your face. I use Wet n Wild contour stick in Oaks on You, like oak tree, oaks on you. And it's a contour stick, and you use it to help. This kind of like slims your face. This is also full coverage. It's face slimming, and so like the center of your face is brightened and the sides of your face are slimmed down. So that's why I like to use it. And then I just use that same sponge that I've been using, and I use the flat part that I use for my foundation for my concealer. It's not that hard, just blend it in. I mean, sometimes you might see a video online of some makeup artist and it might look complicated, it might look hard, it might seem like you can't do it. And I mean, honestly, you can. Makeup isn't intimidating. You can do it just like anybody else can do it. It's not hard. The results they come up with is the results anybody could come up with. They just practice, that's all. And that's what I did. I practiced for years. And then I stopped practicing after a while because I don't know, I guess I kind of got bored with it. But now I'm kind of getting a little more into it since people are kind of asking me what do I do to my face, and I'm like, well, I mean, I can't list everything for you now. The elevator ride only goes so long. Then I use the bottom of the blender to blend in the sides of my face. Keep it in your cheekbone area. So the best way I can describe this is when you open your mouth, that's where you want to keep it. You don't want to go too far down, you don't want to go too far up. We're just trying to shape the face. That's all we're trying to do. And I wear hats because my hair needs cut. It needs trimmed. And I don't get it done very often. I probably get my hair cut like maybe once every 2 years or something. I use the flat part again to kind of blend out the edges of the contour because I don't want it to be too harsh. It's really not hard. It's just try it. Just try it. That's all you gotta do. Just try it. And don't look into it too much. That's the problem a lot of people have. They get to a certain step in their makeup on how they're applying their makeup and they examine themselves and like, well, I hate how this is turning out, but just keep going with it. Just trust the process. Just give yourself a break. Anyway, so you end up looking a little bit something like this. Not too complicated. And it only took us not that long. Full coverage and affordable. And then you make it look like you spent a lot of time on your makeup, but you really didn't. So we are going to do under eyes now. So I bought a new under eye powder, but I'm not going to use it right now in case it's a total fail and I don't want to restart this video. I've done this video probably 3,900,000 times. I can't find my, oh, here it is. I've recorded this video more than once, and I don't want to keep recording it because, like I said, I'm awkward on camera. And this is going to be the video. This is it. This is it. All right. I'm taking the little short end of the sponge, or you can use the flat end. I don't really care. I've used both of them before. Tap in the powder. What kind of powder am I using? Like I said, I don't use everything affordable or what would be considered affordable all the time. Sometimes I like to try new things that are more than $10. This is called the Laura Mercier powder. I've heard good things about Airspun. It looks like this. You can get it anywhere. I put powder under my eyes because I don't want my concealer to crease, meaning as your face is making expressions, your makeup will start to crease and make lines on your face instead of having a smooth texture. So that's the point of the powder. You can put the powder anywhere, but I'm putting it under my eyes because that's where I get the most creasing. And I'll do a face powder in a minute. This Airspun, you can find it for like $10 or less. Laura Mercier powder is like $40. You can use Maybelline Fit Me powder, which, where is that? Oh, I think it's still over there. I gotta go get my powder. Dang it, didn't bring it over. And I just let that sit. Now, eyebrows. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I do my eyebrows? And the truth is, I don't know, man. I'm still learning. Give me a break. I can't do this. I can't live this life eyebrowless. I honestly don't know when eyebrows became so important. At what year it became. You gotta do your eyebrows now. You can't show up, leave the house without your eyebrows. So, I'm looking into a mirror. This is how I do my eyebrows. The reason I put foundation all over my eyebrows was to let the foundation cover up more of the smaller kind of hairs, because if you do it without putting foundation on first, you feel like you have to make a thicker brow, and foundation kind of helps you avoid that. So the pencil that I'm using is by NYX. I don't think it's more than $10. I don't even think it meets $10. I think it's cheaper than $10, pretty sure. I use NYX. Anastasia Beverly Hills, I feel like they're the same thing. Anastasia one is like $30. This one's not even 10. I think they're the same quality. I've used both. All right, so I'm using the Espresso shade because I am a dark-haired person, so which is really convenient for me because I can just use dark stuff all the time. It's kind of like a cheat for me. I can use black eyeshadow. I can use black lipstick. I get away with a lot as a brunette. All right, so the way you want to do your eyebrows. I'm only going to do this one time. I'm only filming one video. I'm not filming any more videos because I'm a weird person. So I start where my eyebrow starts, all right? And I only lift up a little. I don't go like this. I don't take out a whole bunch of eyebrow pencil material. I start out with a very little bit. Because that's all you need. Because otherwise it'll break off and you'll start hating yourself. So, small strokes. Start where your eyebrow starts. And this is all really depending on how your eyebrow is shaped. If you have straight eyebrows, follow the shape of your eyebrow. Mine kind of goes up in like it just kind of goes up in like a slight S or a slight half moon shape. So, like an arch. That's what I was looking for, an arch. So I'm going to go up and I'm following my eyebrow shape. I'm not going to go all the way to the end because that's not what I like to do. Now, the convenient thing with this is there's a spoolie at the end of it, and I like to make sure the eyebrow, and I never used to do this, but it actually matters. But if you don't do it, it's fine. And I like to make sure it's in order. Do the same thing with the top of your eyebrow, except I don't start where it starts. I start a little back here where the brows are a little thicker. And I do my arch because my eyebrow has an arch. And I'm not giving myself an arch, I'm just following the road. Following the road to perfect eyebrows. Or sort of perfect eyebrows. That's all I do, I just give myself a shape. Then I use eyeshadow and a brush that, honestly, I'm not the most organized person in the world. I am not organized. I don't claim to be organized. My mother is organized. My sister is organized. I'm not organized. I use a little angled, it's an angled brush. I got this from BH Cosmetics, affordable. In NYX Professional, you can use any eyeshadow that you want. I use black and brown. Figure out what your colors are. It's usually the color of your hair. If you've got red hair, find some red eyeshadow. If you've got blonde, find some light brown, golden colors. You can use any eyeshadow, doesn't matter. Brand, if you like it, go with it. I got this one from Kohl's. So I'd use a little bit of I use two colors, brown and black. So I start with brown and I start to fill in the thicker part of my eyebrow. I don't use a lot because you don't need a whole lot of fallout, meaning that when you apply color to your face, the eyeshadow starts to fall onto your face, and it's annoying to me. So there's a frog on my window, and I about had 10 heart attacks because I didn't know what that was. So we're going to keep the video moving. I'm not editing this video at all, by the way, so you're going to get all of my mistakes, all of my weirdness, because I don't know how to edit videos, and I'm only making one video. I use black for the end because I like to have it darker the farther it goes out. I don't drag my eyebrows out all the way down. I don't do that. Then I use the spoolie part of so I'm not an expert on eyebrows. I'm really not. I'm still learning myself. But the way I do it, or the way I'm trying to do it now, is I take the spoolie part of the brush and I just brush upwards. I kind of blend that line. And my skin is really sensitive, so it'll look weird for a minute because it's going to turn red because it's irritated. So I'm going to take the spoolie and just kind of blend the eyeshadow, blend it forward, add some faux lines lightly, blend it out. Like I said, guys, I am not a professional. If you want some professional advice, ask a professional. Alright, and I usually leave my brows kind of like this. I like to clean up my eyebrows, so I take a little bit of concealer. I put it right here on my thumb area. And I take a concealing brush that I have to find because I don't know where I put mine. Alright, lesson number 1. Make sure all of your materials are in front of you before you start filming, because it could get really weird really quick. Dude, where'd it go, bro? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Okay, it's serious. But anyway, I usually like to clean up my eyebrows with a flat... Oh, here it is. I think this is it. Well, it's gonna be it. With a flat brush. It's like literally flat. Or at least I made it flat. This is from, I don't know, this is really off-brand. It was like $5 and it's really cheap, and I found it on some kind of suspicious seller and I bought it online. And so here it is. I take a little bit of concealer on the flat top brush, literally a little bit, and I start to carve out or clean up the edges of my makeup. So you don't want to go all the way up into your actual, where you actually put your eyeshadow. You just want to clean up the edges. So basically we're making it look sharper around the edge. And I've got the hiccups. I don't get hiccups when I'm nervous, but I just get hiccups. It might be because I'm nervous, but I'm not too nervous right now. But we haven't done the other eyebrow yet, so I might be nervous a little bit. So this is my eyebrow. And we still have powder on underneath our eyes. I kind of forgot about it, but it's okay. Other eyebrow, I'm not going to really explain this one too much because I just kind of got done explaining it. So maybe you can just watch now. So, like I said, I love God, and I'm actually a Christian. I haven't always been a Christian. I didn't grow up necessarily as a Christian. I wasn't born in the church. I wasn't born with Christian friends and a Christian. No, I didn't. None of that. I grew up very secular, meaning without Christ. But I discovered God, or actually God found me when I was about 16 or 17 in May. It's like May 5th. I think it was like Cinco de Mayo or around there, around the beginning of May. And I got saved. It was pretty dramatic salvation story, the way God got to me. And I'm not going to go into all of it now. But God is very important to me, and God has been important to me for many years now. And whenever people talk to me about my makeup or how'd you do your makeup, I like to explain it, and I like to be nice. And I don't want to be that kind of person that's like, thanks, and then walk away. But I like to incorporate my makeup to honor God. I'm not doing it, or I try not to do it, because I'm not perfect. I'm not. But when I record these videos, I like to do it for God, not for me. Not to say, hey, look, this is how I make myself beautiful. This is how you get selfie ready. Because looks are fleeting, and looks don't last forever. No matter how much plastic surgery or how much vitamin C or whatever vitamins you drink, they don't last forever. But what does last forever is your relationship with God, because we're eternal beings. We're not down here just to be down here, just to be down here. We've all got a reason to be down here on earth, and it's to honor God. If you think it's to honor yourself, you're wrong. You're wrong. All right, so you take basically an old tissue that I found, and wipe the concealer off of your thumb, because you will eventually get it in your hair, and you will get it in your coffee, and you will be angry for the rest of the day. Let's go in to finish our face, because I'm about tired of this powder under my eyes. So the face powder that I use, actually I may or may not use face powder, lately. So I just take a random brush that I found, and just wipe the powder off. Make sure it's clean. Don't make sure you don't have blue eyeshadow on it anywhere. Otherwise, I don't know what to say to you. You're gonna have to start over. If you've got oily skin, you might want to put powder everywhere. But for me, I may or may not stay home today. Depends on work. Actually, I am kind of getting ready for work-ish. Alright, this is how my face usually is whenever you see me. Eyebrows are sort of done. Not really a fan of them, but whatever. Eyeshadow. I shouldn't have wiped the powder off under my eyes yet, because when you do your eyeshadow, sometimes it'll fall out on your face, but you can just wipe it away with powder. But I'm not going to do that complicated of a look. I'm actually going to grab some brown eyeshadow. I'm actually going to use that same palette I did for my eyebrows. Let's say you can't afford eyeshadow brushes, because for the longest time I couldn't afford eyeshadow brushes. There are some moms out there that would rather spend their money on diapers or whatever instead of eyeshadow brushes. And sometimes you gotta be responsible. So let's say you have no eyeshadow brushes and you can't do the fancy, schmancy looks that you see on Instagram. So I'm not gonna use eyeshadow brushes either. I'm gonna use my fingers. So take a take whatever color you want. If you're trying to be, actually, you know what? You can use that same contour stick. If you don't want to spend money on eyeshadow, bro, take that same contour stick and blend it out. Listen, we're on a budget. Or at least I'm on a budget. Blend it out. Use your fingers. You don't have to be fancy. You can still look great. And if you are fancy and if you can afford eyeshadow brushes and you can afford the best makeup, then you buy it and you have the greatest time in the world with it. But that's fine. Live your best God-honoring life. Alright, honestly, at this point, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I just kind of grabbed a color. But I'm just blending it out with my finger. Don't grab a lot. And mostly blend out the edges. You don't want to start in the center of where you applied your eyeshadow and blend it out from there. Just blend out the edges. If you blend out from the center out, you'll get rid of most of the color and you have to start over. And you'll be blending eyeshadow day and night. And day and night. And day and night. I've also got another mirror that I'm looking up ahead into. I'm not looking at the cows. Eyeliner. The eyeliner that I use is liquid. I've always used liquid forever. All of my days I've used liquid eyeliner. And it is conveniently right here. I don't have to look for it. Oh, I'll just finish this and then I'll move on. The eyeliner that I use is Wet n Wild. It's like $3. I'm sure there's other eyeliners out there that you might like, but I use this one. So I use a wing. I do a wing, but you don't have to do this. Ladies, you don't have to do eyeliner. You can just do mascara. I applied color to the eyelids. If you want to do color, that's great. If not, you can still just walk out with this kind of face. I'm going to do eyeliner today. And I'm going to find a mirror to do it in. So I can stay looking straight ahead. And you can see how I do it. Again, I'm not a good teacher. So this is how I do it. First you mess up, and then you pretend that you didn't actually mess up and that you actually plan to do that the whole time. Life hack. Don't drink espresso before doing your eyeliner because you're going to be shaking. Don't do what I do. So this is straight. No coffee. This is like literally, it's just espresso. A lot of times they don't always turn out even. But when they don't, I just add a little bit of black eyeshadow on top of the wing and it blends out. And then people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you could do that. And then you're like, I know, right? All right, I do lashes. I do false lashes. I love false lashes. In fact, here's a random lash right here, and I'll show you the difference between false lashes and no lashes. Now, moms, more mature ladies in their lives, you don't have to do false lashes. In fact, anybody use, I don't care who you are, you don't have to do false lashes because here's the risk that you run. First of all, you need to know if you're allergic to the glue or not, because you don't want your eyeballs falling out because you're allergic to the glue and it's not really worth it. Secondly, it takes a little bit getting used to. And thirdly, I learned this the hard way. So when you wash your face at night or in the morning or whenever, and you use just a regular bar soap, whatever it is, Irish Spring, Dove, Olay, who knows, and you just wash your face with soap and you go to bed, it's going to dry out your eyelids real bad. And then I used to use waterproof eyeliner from Wet n Wild as well. And I would apply this waterproof eyeliner on top of my dry eyelids that I didn't know were dry. And waterproof stuff is very drying anyway, very mattifying. And then I would take it off at night. And I do that so many times, that same routine, soap, waterproof, soap, waterproof. And your eyelids will eventually start bleeding. I have bled on many occasions because I am a hard-headed learner. So you need to make sure your eyes are moisturized. Use coconut oil, use olive oil, use canola oil, use vegetable oil. I don't know what you want to use, but use something. Make sure it's moisturized, and don't use waterproof eyeliner. Do what you want, but this is my lesson that I've learned. Here is a random lash. I think this is, I don't know what it is, but this is how it looks with lash and without lash. You can use mascara. You can use just whatever you want to use, but I use false lashes. I'm not going to today because I don't really have the patience for it right now. I should, but I'm trying to move this video along. Bronzer. I use regular e.l.f. bronzer because I haven't really found a bronzer that fits my face, and I use a brush from Morphe. It's like not that expensive, and I just grab some on the brush and I apply it to my where I applied the earlier the contour. You don't have to do this because the contour usually shows up through your foundation, and it saves you a step in the mornings. So I blend it down to my neck to make it look like I haven't been inside as long as I have been, and I've seen the sun at least once. Blush. Peoples. Walmart makes 99-cent makeup products, and I try makeup products that are 99 cents. This is blush. This is called Dirty Peach, and I use a blush brush. You don't have to use a blush brush. You can use your fingers. You can use your fingers for all of this. Actually, I don't normally use this blush. I don't know why I'm using it, but I'm going to use it today now, apparently. Apply it just above your bronzer. This actually isn't really good lighting, but so I think that's pretty much, oh, lips. Listen, when I do my makeup and I'm in a hurry, I do the bare minimum. So find another tissue that you found laying around, wipe off that Carmex. What I'm doing is wiping it off. Actually, just wipe it off. I'll explain in a minute. Wipe it off. Take that foundation sponge that you used earlier. Apply it over your lips. We're going to shape our lips. Mom, if you don't have time to do this, you don't have to. But this is what I'm going to show you in case that you do have time. I take a brown pencil. It's called Espresso, I think, or Cold Brew. It's called Cold Brew. And it's, I don't actually know how much it is, but it's affordable. It's brown. And where's that same mirror? I'm going to use a pencil and I'm going to outline. The reason I put foundation all over my lips was because I want to shape my own lips with the pencil. And it's easier to put foundation over your lips and shape rather than not. So I actually hate using pencils because it just doesn't glide as smoothly as a crayon. But I didn't know this was a pencil until after I bought it. The way you apply a lip liner is you make sure your lips are taut, tight, stretched, whatever you want to say, so that way your lips don't move while you're applying your eyeliner or your lip liner. Don't overline your lips if this is your first time, because I don't know how to overline my lips and I can't show you. Alright, so I just fill it in until not the center, just kind of the edges, because I kind of want an ombre lip today. This is how you look, bro. This is how it looks. Put your cap back on your pencil. And you can use lipstick, you can use lip gloss. I found this lip gloss from Covergirl. It's called like Nudist Dream. Pretty sure. 200 Nudist Dream with an apostrophe. But I'm going to use a lipstick first that Chelsea got me. It's called Dainty Daze. I can't see worth anything, man. And I'm going to apply it in the center of my lips. Blend it out by doing that. Just blend it out, man. Just blend it out. Honestly, it's just makeup. Take a lip gloss, any lip gloss, apply it in the center as well. Not too much. You just want to start out with a little bit, not too much, man. Because you're going to get frustrated if you get excited and you apply too much, and then you can be like, this makeup thing isn't for me. It's just not for me. I hate makeup. Which is, I've been there before, but it's because you applied too much. All right. This is basically what it turns out to look like. I should do lashes, but my lashes aren't really, I have to find them and I'm not going to find them right. Actually, nope, those aren't lashes. I have to find them because my space isn't really cleared up. But you can also do mascara. I use a cheapie. I'm not sure where I got this mascara from Ulta. What else can I show you? I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it. Hair, I don't really do anything to my hair. I clean it with anything I can find. I use Nexxus, I use MAUI, MAUW, I use Dove, I use Head and Shoulders. I blow dry it, or sometimes I let it air dry. This time I blow dried it. I put on top of it Tresemme Thermal Creations Blow Dry the Black Bottle, and it really volumizes my hair. My hair is described as medium to thick. I don't have really thick hair, although sometimes it feels like it. The hat is from Elohim Praise Apparel. Elohim is another word in the Bible used to describe God. Like I said, I love God. I love Jesus Christ, more specifically. This sweatshirt is from Unapologetic. I was asked to model their stuff, and I still like the sweatshirt whether I'm modeling it or not. And I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, this is the makeup that I use like every day. Like I said, I'm only filming one of these videos because I don't know how to do this, man. I don't know how to be an influencer on camera person. Like, props to people that can do that because I can't do it. Oh, and I use the Milani Rose Water setting spray. It doesn't say it's a setting spray, but this is what I use it as. Sometimes a little setting spray in your coffee is good for you. It adds nutrients. I'm just kidding, but it helps put your makeup together. Just tie it all together, melt it all in one spot. And I've got work to do now. I've got breakfast to make because I'm getting a little bit hungry, but I'm probably gonna make the same stuff I've been making, oatmeal, because I need to lose weight. Guys, I'm 180 pounds. I'm 180 pounds. I used to be 150, but I'm like flirting with 200 pounds now. Anyway, so this is how I do my makeup. This is, if you have any more questions, just let me know. Just drop me a comment. Just send me a message. Yell at me across the street. Say what's up. So this is how it looks. Just imagine lashes on. If you have any questions about my skin texture, I do have acne. Little acne, it won't go away. Don't know why. It's probably because I have a trash diet. All right. Peace out.